What's up, soccer fans? Mike Guglielmi, Sons of a Pitch, Soccer Central, MLS Week 3 picks and predictions. All your betting tips right here, right after the intro. All right, guys, we've got 14 games on the docket for MLS week number 3. Coming up this weekend, don't forget about the CCL quarterfinal matchups. A few of these teams will be impacted because they'll be playing midweek at either at their stadiums or at a Liga MX stadium. So make sure you think about that when you make these picks and these bets. I know I have, as of time of recording, for these picks. Let's get right into it. Let's hit that like button down below. Don't forget about that, guys. If you haven't hit that like button yet, get on it. It helps this get out to more people so more people can join our SOP family. All right, first game up. We've got New York City against CF Montreal. New York City coming off a rough 0-0 draw where they just could not find the goal against Vancouver. Club Montreal, well, they ended up losing to Philly last week at home. But this is a battle of CCL teams. New York City's got a game against Comunicaciones midweek. Same thing for Montreal, but they have to travel down to the Azteca to play Cruz Azul. I expect this game to be a pretty lackluster game because they're both playing midweek and they're both going to have to get ready for that second leg of their CCL ties right after this matchup. It is the home opener for New York City, so I do give a little bit of a bump for New York City there because it is their home opener. But again, this one, I'm going to go with the draw. The odds come in at minus 230 for New York City, Montreal at plus 650, and the draw at plus 370. It's either going to be a New York City win or a draw in this matchup. I think both teams are going to have their eyes set on those second legs in CCL. They're going to be tired. Obviously, Montreal will be way more tired than New York City, but I like the draw in this matchup. I see the draw or a New York City win, but I'm going draw as my pick as of right now. Again, depending on what the travel looks like and what those first legs look like, it could change because depending on how the teams fare in their first leg. If Montreal gets blown out down at Cruz Azul, maybe things they play their full lineup against New York City, and that may change things. All right, anyways, moving on to the next game. We've got Toronto FC traveling over to the Columbus Crew. TFC got blown up last week by the Red Bulls at their home opener at BMO. Now, Columbus, they were up, and then a real surprising result at the end of the game, up a man against San Jose, and they still ended up with the draw. They were up 3-1. So this is going to be an interesting game here, but Columbus to me, is a better team than TFC right now. And the odds come in at Columbus at minus 165, the draw at plus 330, and Toronto FC at plus 425. I like the Crew in this matchup. TFC, they just haven't done enough yet as far as with those wingbacks. The younger players need more time there to get comfortable in those positions. I think Columbus is going to feel robbed that they could not complete the full 3-point victory at San Jose, and they'll be big for that home game back at lower.com field. So my pick in that one is the Columbus Crew. All right, moving along to the next game on Saturday, we have a good matchup between Inter Miami and LAFC. Odds come in at Miami plus 235 at home, draw at plus 265, and LAFC at a plus 110. LAFC almost lost to Portland last week. Miami, well, they got blown out by Austin, the next team to be blown up by the Austin FC Verde at Q2 Stadium. So this one game's going to be in Miami. LAFC is going to have to travel from the West Coast as they just played their game in LA. So they're going to have to. It's going to be a lot of travel for LAFC. But I like LAFC here. Miami is a complete tire fire at the moment. They do not look good. They drew against the Chicago Fire at home in their home opener. LAFC looks like a much better team. The injury news for Vela is good. It was precautionary while he was taken off Saturday or Sunday night, so hopefully he'll be back in for this one. doesn't seem to be too serious of an issue. So we'll see what that looks like come closer to game time, but I think LAFC gets it done. They're my pick in that matchup. Next up, Seattle Sounders, LA Galaxy, another great matchup. This one on Big Fox national television. The Sounders, they've got CCL midweek. LA Galaxy, no CCL for them. The odds come in at Seattle minus 105, draw at plus 245, and the LA Galaxy at plus 300. LA did go to Charlotte and get that victory in front of almost 75,000 fans. Seattle has the midweek game against Club Leon. This pick that I'm about to give you completely changes if the Sounders get blown out by Club Leon midweek. They've got a tough matchup against one of the best informed teams in Liga MX. So if the Sounders, even though that game is at home against Leon, if they give up 2 or 3 away goals and lose 2-0, 3-0, then that changes things up for this game. So I see a draw because I think Seattle is going to rest some players for the second leg of that game, that tie in CCL against Leon. So I'm expecting a rested, a young side for the Sounders. LA Galaxy, not much is going to change with them. I think they're going to have their full entourage out for that one. But again, if it's a blowout, then I go with Seattle. But as of right now, I've got the draw on this matchup. These two teams, I think, are fairly even with how they play right now, even though the Galaxy are sitting on 6 points and the Sounders are sitting on 0. The Sounders have got to start picking up some points here in MLS, but it all depends on that CCL game. Going with the draw for now. If Seattle gets blown out by Leon, I'm changing it to Seattle winning. So make sure you keep an eye on that one. I'm recording this on Monday. It's being released on Tuesday. So again, things can change with that matchup. Next up, Houston, Vancouver Whitecaps. Houston at home. Vancouver, not a good team on the road. Houston, not a good team overall. So this matchup is a very interesting one. Houston comes in as slight favorites, minus 115, the draw at plus 260, and the Whitecaps come in at plus 310 odds. For this guy though, I don't know. I have a hard time picking Houston, but I feel like I have to. I feel like Vancouver could surprise here because they did hold NYC to a draw in their home opener. But I think Houston's going to get the result here at home. My pick, Houston Dynamo at minus 115 over the Whitecaps that are just struggling. But I could see Vancouver pulling off a little bit of a surprise here because they do have more talent than they've been playing like recently. All right, so there you have it. That's my pick in that one. All right, now check out BetUS, guys. We've got a link in the description as well as in the comments. Free money from BetUS. Our contract is almost up with these guys. You got to go and jump in now while you can, while they still have that 125% sign-up bonus. 125% up to $2,500. That's a big chunk of change. You put $1,000 in, they're going to give you $1,250 for free. Now, obviously, that 25% is through the casino. I don't advise for betting in a casino, but it's free money. It's free play. Run it through. See if you can cash out on it. Other than that, the 100% match on your deposit through BetUS. Guys, click that link and use our promo code SOPSoccer and join up with us today with BetUS. Very good odds. They're no longer the best odds in the business. They were for a while. They were doing a good push on the soccer betting through the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers where they started. When we started with BetUS, those odds have slipped up a little bit. They're not quite as good as they used to be, but they're still very good odds. Click that link down below, guys, and get started today. It is an affiliate program, so I do make a small portion of your first deposit. But, hey, help the game of soccer grow in the United States of America. All right, moving through to the next matchup, DC United and the Chicago Fire. DC coming off a late thrilling victory over FC Cincinnati, and the Fire, another 0-0 draw. No offense for the Fire here so far. DC United, hey, they're rolling right now. They've got the victory against Cincinnati. They also picked up a victory in their first game of the season. So this team looks decent here. Against Chicago, man, I got to see more from the Chicago Fire. I have not seen anything yet from them. The odds in this one is DC United at minus 110, the draw at plus 260, and the Fire at plus 295. I got to go with DC United here. My pick, DC United gets it done at home against the Chicago Fire. Although DC's teams that they've played were Charlotte and Cincinnati, Chicago has played Inter Miami and Orlando. We don't know too much about it, but I'm going DC. That's my pick there, DC United beating Chicago Fire. Next up, New England Revolution against Real Salt Lake. Here's one that also depends on what the midweek looks like from CCL. New England playing Pumas midweek. Will be live right here on Sons of a Pitch Soccer for that CCL matchup. RSL just beat Seattle in Salt Lake. So Salt Lake's got a decent result to play off of. New England, are they going to rotate their squad? What is that team going to look like? Because they're going to have to go travel. And I don't know where to go with this one. I could see RSL pulling out a crazy result here because it's sandwiched in between these CCL games. New England comes in at minus 170, the draw at plus 310, and RSL at plus 475. I might throw a few bucks on RSL here just for fun because of those odds at plus 475 in a game where I could see an upset happening. But I got to go with my brain here. My normal bet, my biggest bet is going to go with the New England Revolution to beat RSL. New England's a better team than RSL, no doubt about it. RSL, they don't have the talent that New England has. So my pick, New England Revolution for the victory at home. Orlando and FC Cincinnati. Orlando comes off the 0-0 draw against Chicago. Cincinnati, that heartbreaker, man. This team, God bless them. I don't know what the answer is for Cincinnati. They've got to bring more talent in. Why they have Brenner sitting on the bench, I have no idea. However, Orlando, they're going to beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I cannot bet Cincinnati to win. They haven't won since they played against TFC last season when I was at the game in last September. Cincinnati's not a winning team right now. I can't put money on Cincinnati to win when they haven't proven that they can even win a game, at least in the last few months. And obviously we had the offseason in there. But still, Orlando City comes in as minus 210 favorites. The draw at plus 350 and FC Cincinnati plus 550. I think you got a better chance with RSL plus 475 than you do with Cincinnati at plus 550. Easy pick here. Orlando gets it done at home. It's in Orlando. I see them beating down Cincinnati. This one's not going to be pretty, folks. It's not going to be pretty. All right, so that's it for that game. Moving right along, we've got 6 matchups left. Philadelphia Union and San Jose Earthquakes. Philadelphia, a great win on the road at Montreal last game out. San Jose, a huge comeback, down 3-1, down a man, ended up coming back against Columbus to tie. How do we see this one playing out? Philly's at home, so I expect them to do well because they're the home team. The Quakes got to travel, and they aren't that great other than that 20 minutes or so that they had against Columbus. The odds in this one, minus 145 for Philadelphia. The draw at plus 285, and San Jose comes in at plus 400. Philly at home, they drew against Minnesota in week 1. They ended up with that good victory there against Montreal. I think Philadelphia, even though they do not have Carranza, Carranza will be out through red card suspension since he picked up his second yellow against Montreal last week. I still see Philly getting the W here. The Quakes are still too much of a concern for me as far as that team and that motivation there. So I'm going with Philadelphia. But if they do, they're going to squeak one out barely because I don't see a ton of goals being scored in this matchup, especially without Carranza having Sergio Santos up top by himself. Corey Burke, I don't know, man. Those aren't the best striking options in the world for Philly. But I think they'll do enough to get it done. My pick, Philadelphia Union, minus 145. All right, before we get to the last 5 game, guys, check out our memberships down below. Join the best community on YouTube in MLS and CONCACAF soccer. Get your loyalty badges. Get your custom emojis. I changed the logos up for teams that are in the live stream reaction so that you guys can utilize those awesome emojis during those games and get your name in the scroll below me. Only $1.99 a month. Are you kidding me? $1.99 a month. That's it. That's nothing, guys. It helps our channel and the sport of soccer grow in the United States immensely, so please consider joining today. Designated player, you're getting all those perks, plus your name in the description and 20% off of Sons of a Pitch soccer merch. And then for the sports bettors, the all-star tier, $9.99 a month. You're getting all those perks I just mentioned, and you're getting an exclusive video every week with my over-under picks, my prop bet picks as a player to score, and my 3-team parlay. It is well worth the $9.99 a month. We've had a little bit of a rough start here to start the year, but hey, we're going to be on track very shortly. The more we see these guys play, the more games we watch, the better the picks we'll get. So jump on it today. If you're on an iPhone, you got to go onto the computer, sign up through the page that way on YouTube, and then when you log back into your phone, all of those perks will be right there on your iPhone, ready to rock and roll. So please consider joining today. It really, really helps support my business, my channel, and the growth of this beautiful game here in the United States of America. All right, moving along to the next game, Dallas against Nashville SC. Dallas at home. They tied TFC in opening week, 1-1. Nashville comes off the draw at Minnesota. FC Dallas lost most recently to New England in New England. This should be a very good game. I expect this to be a good game. The odds come in as Nashville being on the road are plus 195, Dallas at plus 140, and the draw at plus 230. This is a tough one for me to pick because this game is in Dallas. If it was in Nashville, I'm going Nashville all day. It's in Dallas. It's on the road for Nashville, but Nashville always seems to find a way to grind out results on the road. Therefore, I think they grind out another result, and I think they get the draw at Dallas. My pick, the draw at plus 230 odds. We hit a draw last week with Nashville. Let's do it again. All right, Colorado Rapids Sporting Kansas City. Colorado, a complete mess through the first few weeks of the season. And then magic. They beat Atlanta United last week in their home opener. Sporting Kansas City, they just played their home opener last week and got the W as well against a subpar Houston team. This one, the odds come in at Colorado minus 105, the draw at plus 260, and Sporting Kansas City at plus 275. I got to go Colorado here. They're at home. We saw what they did against Atlanta. Sporting Kansas City didn't even look great at home against Houston, and SKC's a totally different team at home than on the road. So I'm going Colorado to get the victory at home. My pick, Colorado Rapids minus 105. All right, here's a big one. Portland Timbers against Austin FC. Man, Austin is rolling right now. 5-0 victory in week 1, 5-1 victory in week 2, but against weak competition. And in Austin. Now, they got to go to Portland. I want to see what this team can do on the road. The odds come in at minus 145 for Portland, a draw at plus 295, and Austin at plus 390. Portland looked good against LAFC. They ended up with the draw. Possibly could have gotten the full 3 points there. They drew against New England in their home opener on opening day. This is going to be a very telling game to see if Austin FC is for real. If you think they are for real, put some money on Austin at plus 390. I'm not quite sure yet. I've got to see them play against better competition. I've got to see them play on the road, and this is the game that they're doing that in. So my pick, I think there's going to be a draw. Austin, they're hot. They're feeling good. They're confident. I expect them to pull out a very good result in Portland, and I think it's going to be a draw, and Portland will do enough to stick with Austin right now. So I'm going the draw in that matchup, plus 295. All right, moving to the Sunday games. Atlanta and Charlotte FC from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. This game will be live right here on Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central for that one. It's going to be a great budding rivalry, guys. I can't wait to see this rivalry take shape over the next year or so. Atlanta comes in at home, obviously big favorites, minus 165. The draw at plus 320. Charlotte comes in at plus 425. Charlotte held their own against LA Galaxy last week in front of the 75,000 fans. This week, they've got to go in front of 40 to 70,000 fans. I'm not sure if they've opened up the whole stadium for this one or if they're only opening up the lower bowl, but they're going to have to go into enemy territory, and it's going to be loud. Atlanta's going to try and show them up. They'll show up and say, hey, we still got awesome fans here. We're going to pack this building here too. So this is going to be a great matchup, but I expect Atlanta to really throw it down. Atlanta United at home is a much better team. They're going to be without Miles Robinson, so that does change things a little bit, but I still think Atlanta gets it done over Charlotte. Charlotte just doesn't have enough talent to hang with Atlanta right now. So I'm going with Atlanta at minus 165 in this matchup. All right, next and last game of the week. And as a reminder, I will put up my spreadsheet at the end of the video so you can screenshot it, go to the book, and put those bets in that way so you can see all the picks in one place. Red Bulls at home, their home opener. Who saw this coming? I did not see this coming. I picked the Red Bulls to make the playoffs. I thought they're a decent team. I did not see them going to San Jose, winning 3-1. Them going to Toronto, winning 4-1. I didn't see it happening. Minnesota, a good team in the West. But Red Bulls right now, they look really, really good. The odds come in at Red Bulls minus 165, draw at plus 290, and Minnesota United at plus 475. I'm going with the favorite here. The Red Bulls, I think they'll get it done at home against Minnesota. Minnesota will keep it tight. They're not going to get blown out like TFC did and San Jose did. But I see the Red Bulls winning their home opener. They're flying high right now. That Red Bull's giving them wings. Sorry, Loons, but the Red Bulls have wings right now too. So there you go. There's my pick. I've got the Red Bulls winning this matchup. That's all the picks for this week, guys. Smash that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell. We'll see you on our live stream reaction watch-along party for that CCL game, New England Revolution and Pumas. And then on the weekend, we've got a Liga MX El Clasico and that Atlanta-Charlotte game. See you guys then. Good luck on your bets. Let's go get this money. Peace.